Have you ever wondered what would happen if one day the moon simply vanished from the night sky? Not just a lunar eclipse or a hidden crescent. Gone. Forever. What would it mean for Earth, for us? Would we survive it? Or would life as we know it spiral into chaos? This isn't science fiction. It's a question rooted in real science, and the answer might just change how you see our seemingly quiet, glowing neighbor in space. Think about how often you actually notice the moon. Now imagine never seeing it again. If that thought intrigues you, stick around, because the truth behind a moonless Earth might just blow your mind. Before we dive deeper into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Leo the Wanderer, and if you're fascinated by the mysteries of space and love exploring the unknown, this is a place for you. Subscribe now and let them cover more amazing cosmic secrets together. So, let's start with the most immediate question. How would its disappearance impact life on Earth? First, the tides. The moon's gravitational pull controls the rise and fall of our oceans. Without it, Earth's tides would shrink dramatically. Sure, the sun still influences the tides, but its pull is far weaker, only about a third of the moon's. Our once dynamic coasts, brimming with life, would become eerily still. Imagine vast stretches of shoreline that once teemed with crabs, shellfish, and other marine creatures suddenly becoming barren, lifeless zones. These ecosystems are delicately balanced, relying on the movement of water to bring nutrients and oxygen to their inhabitants. A collapse here wouldn't just affect sea life, it would ripple through the entire food chain. Predators like sharks and seabirds, which depend on the abundance of smaller prey, could vanish entirely, leaving a gap in marine biodiversity that could take centuries to recover. And it's not just marine life that would feel the impact. Think about human activity. Industries that depend on predictable tidal patterns, like fishing and coastal agriculture, would face unprecedented challenges. Entire communities that have existed for centuries around these natural cycles could crumble under the weight of change. Ports and harbors that rely on tidal shifts for navigation would see their operations severely disrupted, potentially leading to delays in global trade. Even renewable energy projects, like tidal energy systems, would grind to a halt, forcing us to rely more heavily on other forms of power generation. This isn't just a natural change, it's an economic and societal disaster waiting to unfold. Let's move deeper. Earth's axis. Did you know that the moon acts as a stabilizer for our planet? Without it, Earth's tilt could wobble wildly. This wobbling, known as axial precession, could lead to catastrophic shifts in climate. One year, regions near the equator might experience freezing temperatures, while areas near the poles could become unexpectedly warm. Over time, these unpredictable shifts would make it nearly impossible to sustain global agriculture. Crops that depend on consistent seasonal patterns like wheat or rice might fail, leading to widespread food shortages and economic instability in multiple regions. To put this into perspective, imagine a world where seasons come and go with no warning. You might wake up one morning to a sudden blizzard, only to face scorching heat a few weeks later. Human societies built on the stability of seasonal cycles would be thrown into disarray. Infrastructure designed for specific climates, like heating systems in the north or cooling systems in the tropics, would struggle to adapt, leaving millions vulnerable. Entire regions might become uninhabitable, forcing mass migrations and global tensions over dwindling resources. This, in turn, could lead to conflicts over habitable land, reshaping geopolitical dynamics entirely. And then there's the impact on Earth's rotation. Without the moon, Earth's days would gradually grow shorter. This might sound like a minor inconvenience, but shortening days would have profound effects on the natural world. Animals that rely on circadian rhythms, like birds, insects, and even humans, might face severe disruptions. Migratory species might lose their sense of timing, throwing ecosystems further out of balance. Additionally, the shortened days could make it harder for humans to adjust biologically, potentially impacting sleep cycles and overall health on a global scale. But let's talk about the bigger picture, the origins of life. Some scientists theorize that the moon's gravitational influence played a key role in the emergence of complex organisms. In Earth's early history, tidal forces might have driven the mixing of water and nutrients in the oceans, creating the perfect conditions for life to evolve. These tides didn't just move water, they stirred the building blocks of life itself, concentrating essential molecules in ways that sparked chemical reactions. Without the moon, would Earth have remained a barren rock, lifeless and still? This question challenges us to rethink our place in the universe and the delicate balance that makes life possible, one influenced by a celestial neighbor we often take for granted. And here's something even more unsettling. The moon is already leaving us. Right now, as you're watching this, it's drifting away at a rate of about 3.8 centimeters per year. While this might not seem like much, the effects could be dramatic over millions of years. As its gravitational pull weakens, the tides will shrink further, and Earth's rotation could speed up even more. The very scenarios we're discussing could become a reality, not overnight, but through the slow march of time. In the distant future, we may face a world fundamentally different from the one we know today. Now think about this. As humanity advances technologically, we might face the question of whether to intervene. Could we create artificial satellites or structures to replicate the moon's stabilizing effects? Or will we simply adapt to the changes, evolving alongside a changing Earth? So, what does this mean for humanity's future? Could we adapt to a world without the moon? Or is our survival more dependent on its presence than we realize? Would we develop technologies to stabilize our planet? Or would we face extinction like so many other species before us? Here's where I need you. What do you think life would look like in a moonless Earth? Do you think we could adapt, or are we more fragile than we realize? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to like this video if it made you see the moon in a whole new way. Subscribe for more mind-bending questions about our universe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Because here's the truth. The universe is full of mysteries, and we're just getting started.